All right, this is a special season for the Greece Olympia Spartans, not because they're the favorites to win a Section 5 championship. They're not this year, but rather because they're playing with a purpose. That purpose is to play for Coach Steve Derooy, just like they've been doing for the past 18 years.
From the sound of a basketball bouncing off of the hardwood to the sight of that signature Spartan green, the sights and sounds of Greece Olympia basketball practice are largely the same now as they've been for years. But these practices are missing their most consistent presence, their most constant and steadying voice, the voice of longtime head coach Steve Derooy.
A man died tonight after crashing his car into a house in Chilai.
I just woke up. I went on Twitter and somebody said, "Rest in peace, Derooy." And I'm like, Derooy's not dead. What are y'all talking about? And I'm thinking, like, is this a joke? First thing, tears just started dropping.
New information about a fatal crash in Chilai yesterday. The victim was the boys' varsity basketball coach at Greece Olympia High School.
I heard a kid asked me if Coach Derooy died, and I didn't really register it right. I called his phone, and his brother answered it, and I hung up on him because I didn't feel like it was right.
I couldn't believe it. I had to call somebody else because I was so shocked when I got the call from Chris Sloan in the wee hours of the morning that day.
Derooy was the victim of a one-car crash after suffering an apparent heart attack this past July. He was just 50 years old. He leaves behind a legacy defined not just by his 18 years and 203 wins as the varsity head coach at Olympia, but by his countless acts of selflessness and generosity.
It was like a lot of practices when I didn't have a ride home, and he'll just, drop me off at home, and we'll just talk about, like, starting lineups and what he has planned for me and everything, what he has planned for the team. Yeah, he was just a real good guy. All
the money that he made coaching went back into the program. That could have been warm-ups, that could have been paying for team camp, summer leagues, guys for AAU tournaments. He did everything for these kids because that was his family.
Joey Tiza spent last season as the varsity girls coach at Olympia and played his AAU basketball under Derooy. He is now the man tasked with helping this team move forward. But don't mistake moving forward with moving on.
It's always in the back of my mind, like, Coach Derooy is Coach Derooy. He's always going to be my coach, no matter if he's dead or alive. But he just impacted me to the point where, like, I always think about him every game.
And so at every game in practice, there's Coach Derooy, his name emblazoned on practice jerseys, inscribed in messages written on warm-ups. Gone but not forgotten, Spartan forever. Rest in peace.
I feel like it just motivates the team to, go out and just play. Because, I feel like we're playing for something every night.
1, 2, 3, fire! That something is each other. At 2-8, a storybook ending feels like a long shot for these Spartans. But this is a team that wears its heart on its sleeve while keeping a name in its heart. A team that sees the bigger picture now and is better because of it.
Dream like you have a lifetime ahead of you, play like there's no tomorrow. It just seems fit for this team this year. That, you dream like you do have, 50 years, left. But practice, because you never know when that last step could be.
Yeah, great team, great kids, great story.
What a touching story. Thanks for sharing that, Toby.